Cassie
Um,
Abriola from Australia
mm.
is the illustrator.
And they're
She's a
just so magical. You feel like that's what Dreamland looks like, particularly for a kid.
You're watching the Spotlight Network, starring Hollywood's
And if
newsman,
you're just joining
Logan
to
Crawford.
investigators, they now believe a single member.
He works with TV and film legends. And now, Logan's shining the spotlight on the world's top emerging authors and creators.
International were abducted.
This is Spotlight with Logan Crawford, streaming on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV.
I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on the Spotlight Network, we're stepping into the heartfelt world of Karen Ray Taylor Ritzer, author of a wonderful book. It is called Poetically Speaking, Karen's Rays of Thoughts and Observations on Life. This warm and whimsical collection blends poetry, storytelling, and song to capture life's big moments and quiet joys. From love and travel to everyday reflections, Karen's words remind us to see the poetry hidden in the little things. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank the team at Inks and Bindings for helping us put her in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support authors like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her amazing book. The links are below this interview. Karen, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thank you for having me.
Your poetry is beautiful in this book. When did you first discover that you were a poet?
Oh, way back in the early days. I hate to say how far back, but probably around fourth grade when we started learning about things like that in school and doing learning the Declaration of Independence and things like that. And it got me excited about words. I always have liked education of
Mhm.
whatever you're into, whatever you want. I think we all should do it. But that's how I started. And just little things. According to my mom and dad, I used to sing quite a few nursery rhymes. I liked the rhyming, evidently, and kind of would emphasize those words. That's there. I don't remember that part, but yes, but that's probably where I started liking it. It was kind of automatic then after that. And
Awesome.
sometimes I even answer things in my kids get tired of that sometimes, but in rhyme or whatever. So
Exactly.
yeah, it's just something I guess I have built in.
Very
I
cool. Very
I
cool. When
don't
it
have to
comes
work
to
at it.
creating, when it comes to writing these poems and stories, what inspires you the most?
People,
Hmm.
lives, uh, living your life, doing what you have to do or you can't do and try to. All of those things to me are important. And even going down the street, you or in a subway station or in an airport, you hear stories, but you only get bits and pieces. You don't mean to eavesdrop or pull up conversations and butt in or anything like that, but it tells you something, and then I just take it from there and move on with it. And life, it's just life. Everybody's life is interesting.
Exactly. Yeah, I do think in many ways people are the most interesting aspect of life, although they can be frustrating at times. Most people are wonderful and good-hearted and are inspirational. Talk to us a little bit about the retirement trip that you talk about in your book.
Well, my husband passed away
Mm.
in 18, but he liked to travel and he had um, diabetes, and it took both his legs below his knees. So we took early retirement and went to Texas to let him have some fun on the river. And we didn't go to the ocean much because the waves would not come over with his legs. But
Mm.
um, we rented a house for several seasons down in Texas, and it was along the river that goes out to the bay. And so he could go down to the dock and fish anytime he wanted to.
Mm.
And so that's what started the trips.
Mm.
And they were very fun because we'd never been really much of anywhere. We had a business to run for 60 years. So um, it was just something we wanted to do for him, and
Wonderful.
and that's why we went. It was
Awesome.
lovely, very lovely, and different. We went in the winter, not
Mhm.
all not all summer or anything. Our summers here are beautiful, so
Right.
um, yeah, we'd go in the winter just for 3 months, and then we'd come back. So, but it was nice, very
Wonderful. It
nice.
sounds beautiful, and it's great that you spent that time together and you realized that there were some cherished moments to be had, and you went and enjoyed that time
It is.
together. That's
And that's why
wonderful.
I wrote the poem back to our children so they'd know we were still alive. Each week I'd send a weekly update. So I don't know if they liked it or not, but they all got letters about what we were doing and how it was going.
Well, that's wonderful. I'm glad you still write letters. It seems like nobody writes letters anymore. I would love to get a nice letter in the mail. Everything's email or text, or you don't even get phone calls anymore. You used to
I
sometimes
agree.
get a wonderful phone call with, "This is Aunt Rita. Wow, I haven't talked," somebody, it was magical. You never knew who was calling. Now you
Exactly.
look at your phone, you know exactly who's calling, They've texted before they called. Is it okay to call? So I think letter writing is a great thing. So you keep that up, and your poems are wonderful. Do you have a favorite poem in your collection?
I do. Well, actually, I have two.
Mhm.
Um, I have one that I wrote for my grandson. He
Mhm.
was at the hospital. His mother was giving birth to his sister, and he did not want to go home with his daddy. He wanted to go home with grandma and grandpa. And I said, yeah, I had to calm him down. He was causing quite a threat to everybody.
Right.
And I asked him if he knew how to dream. And he said, yeah, I know how to dream. I said, well, you go home with dad, you dream, I'll dream, and we'll meet each other in our dream and go anywhere you want to go. And that was my favorite. And I actually have a book about it. It's called Off to Dreamland, which I didn't really publish until after my husband passed away. And it tells about how you take my hand and we'll go off to dreamland. And we visit
Beautiful.
all kinds of places all over the world. And then at the end, it has a peaceful sleep and go back to sleep. And actually, Maple Staple has them in their bookstores right now, along with
Amazing.
the Poetically Speaking. But that's my favorite. But
Well,
my second favorite is the last poem in the book of Poetically Speaking, and it's "Don't Grieve for Me When I Am Gone." And it just tells people whether you liked me or you didn't, as long as you remember me, I'm still with you. So that's my second favorite.
wonderful. Wonderful. Well, the Dreamland book looks amazing. The illustrations look amazing as well.
Cassie
Um,
Abriola from Australia
mm.
is the illustrator.
And it's
She's a,
just so magical. You feel like that's what Dreamland looks like, particularly for a kid.
it
It's
is.
like amusement parks and bright colors and candy and right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It's available on Barnes and Noble and at the Maple Staple stores and also Amazon at the moment
Awesome.
anyway. Hopefully better, but right now. And so
No,
is Poetically Speaking, which we're one we're talking about. But
awesome.
my
Awesome.
favorite in that one is the "Don't Grieve for Me When I Am Gone."
Great.
Be
Great.
happy about it. I mean, not that you want to be happy
Right. I
about that, but
understand. Don't be
but
throwing a party, but
that yeah. And I also in the poem it says, if you didn't like me, that's okay. You're still
Mm.
gonna remember me, so we're good.
That's good. You made a lasting impression. That's what that means, right?
Yeah.
Without a doubt. In your
Yes.
collection, in Poetically Speaking, you include a couple of songs. Talk to us about those.
Well, as a youngster, a young teenager, I had a boyfriend.
Hmm.
And of course, that's a romantic girl thing coming out when you start to be a teenager.
Yep.
And I don't, I just wrote it one night when the moon was out and my bed happened to be by the window. And I saw the moon. And so that's how I wrote "The Moon Up Above Shines Brightly for My Love."
Hmm.
And in fact, I'm still in touch with that gentleman today. We're still
Hmm.
friends.
Nice. That's wonderful. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. That's wonderful. I wish, did you write that when you were just a teenager?
Yes, I did. That was one of
Awesome.
my first song attempts. There's
Very
another one
cool.
in there too, but I dibble at, I dabble at it. It just doesn't always come out the way I want to. So I've it's amazing how many things I've lost over the years just putting them away. Once
Yeah,
computers came, that was great. I could type them, but
right.
the written ones I wrote for people on cards or birthday cards or their own message. And of course, I didn't keep any of those copies. And
Yeah,
I don't remember all the poems. I
I
really
know.
don't. They
I know.
come and you write them down. I have to keep paper and pencil with me all the time
I
because something might, you might see a sign on the side of the road. You might see somebody helping somebody else, and that ignites something inside, and you write about that. I've probably done over 200 poems,
right.
and
Wow.
and no, I don't remember them all.
Well,
I
you're
can if I
lucky.
go back to them, but
You're lucky hung on to them. I mean, the song that you wrote to your first love or the boyfriend you had a crush on way back when, it's great you still have it. I remember I used to have a little box that I'd write my little love poems in and my little songs and all that stuff when I was like 14, 15, 16 in my bedroom dreaming of the girl. And I don't have that anymore. I mean, I don't haven't had it in decades and decades and decades because I don't know where that little box that I used to hide so my sisters couldn't tease me about it in my room.
I
Um,
happened to, sorry,
no, you
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
I happened to find mine in my old yearbook,
Mm,
which was dusty and put away in the, you just don't leave them out all the time. And that's where I found it. Otherwise,
awesome.
I probably would have forgotten about it.
Well, that was a smart place to keep it because you always keep your yearbook. So keeping that song in the yearbook was smart
Yeah.
thinking. You're a smart lady, no doubt. What do you hope readers take away from your poetry, from your songs, from your stories?
We all have to live. We have to live our lives. What gets thrown at us is something we need to contend with. Hopefully, some of these help people through bad, good, whatever it might be. Maybe they might find one that they could read to somebody else to help somebody else. I really would like people to stay in touch with other people's feelings. I think we'd be a lot better off in the world.
Yeah.
If we think about it, we all go through trouble. We all have strife in different ways, and we deal with, I mean, one might be a family matter, one might be business matter, but it's all there. And if we talk about it and get it out and actually think positively, not downhearted all the time, which is hard to do, but I think we can all become better people.
Wonderful. That is a worthwhile goal, and this is a worthwhile book. It's a beautiful book. It'll
Thank you.
inspire you. The name of the book is Poetically Speaking, Karen's Rays of Thoughts and Observations on Life. It is
Yeah.
a wonderful, heartfelt collection that reminds us to slow down, reflect, and celebrate the poetry in everyday living. Karen,
That's
thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thank you.
Such
It
a
was
great
very
time
nice.
talking to you. I appreciate your trip down memory lane with me, your wisdom, your insight, and your poetic mind. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.